Boris Johnson will make his first major cabinet reshuffle on Thursday, the first since his sweeping victory in the 2019 general election. So who might be out? The majority of the Prime Minister's cabinet have only been in their current roles for just over 6 months, appointed when Boris Johnson took over in July last year. Now, a Downing Street source said the PM would reward those MPs who have worked hard to deliver on this government's priorities. The majority of the Prime Minister's cabinet have only been in their current roles for just over 6 months, appointed when Boris Johnson took over in July last year. Now, a Downing Street source said the PM would reward those MPs who have worked hard to deliver on this government's priorities. Mr. Johnson is expected to make a number of changes over the course of Thursday, but it is unclear how wide-ranging they will be. He is widely expected to make changes at junior ministerial level, namely parliamentary under-secretaries of state, that could see a push to promote gender balance and female talent. There is also a plan to make at least 60% of parliamentary private secretaries women by the summer, compared with just 18% at the moment. At the top level, senior figures such as Chancellor Sajid Javid, Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab and Home Secretary Priti Patel are not expected to be moved, but others are considered more vulnerable. Ardent Brexiteer Andrea Leadsom is one of the Conservatives' most prominent female politicians and has twice stood for party leader. Mrs. Leadsom, who has represented South Northamptonshire since 2010, has previous cabinet experience as Environment Secretary and as Leader of the House of Commons. However, she's now considered to lack the drive and ideas to overhaul departments, largely proved by Michael Gove's transformation of DEFRA after taking over from Ms. Leadsom. Former Environment Minister Therese Coffey was appointed after Amber Rudd resigned over the government's approach to Brexit. Ms. Coffey has previously served in a number of roles including Commons Deputy Leader and Assistant Whip. A pro-May Remainer, she was considered a stopgap replacement for Ms. Rudd and not a long-term appointment. The former Northern Ireland Secretary became Environment Secretary in July 2019. Strongly pro-Leave, she was appointed to please members of the European Research Group of Brexiteer MPs last year amid the Brexit deadlock. Now, she's considered less valuable and likely to be given the boot for someone with fresh ideas. Liz Truss was made International Trade Secretary and also Women and Equalities Minister when Boris Johnson took office. Outspoken and progressive, she has clashed with No. 10 officials over message discipline. However, she's one to watch. Boris Johnson name-checked her in his Brexit speech this week, meaning he might be thinking of keeping her around. Esther McVey's stints in government, as Employment Minister between 2013 and 2015 and as Work and Pensions Secretary in 2018, sharply divided opinion. A passionate Brexit supporter, she quit the government last year saying Theresa May's Brexit deal did not honour the result of the referendum. Could keep her job but lose the right to attend cabinet if Boris Johnson tries to trim the numbers of attendees. The legal complexities of the Brexit crisis thrust the MP for Torridge and West Devon into the public eye as Attorney General. A committed Brexiteer, he retained his position when Boris Johnson took office. However, he rubbed the PM up the wrong way when he told him the decision to prorogue Parliament last year was legal, only for the Supreme Court to rule that it was not, a crushing embarrassment for Mr. Johnson. Ms. Cox said he would be uncomplaining if he was sacked or relocated today. Appointed Defence Secretary by Boris Johnson last July, Ben Wallace previously served as Security Minister. Mr. Wallace backed Remain in 2016 and has warned that leaving the EU without a deal would hit UK-EU security ties and have a real impact on protecting the public. He has clashed with the PM on several issues, most notably Huawei. In an unusual move, Nicky Morgan was reappointed Culture Secretary despite stepping down as an MP at the general election. She has been made a Tory peer and is standing down at this